Welcome to something a little bit different today. I'm not in the wild and woolly peak. I'm at more of a man-made place of paradise. This is Trentham Gardens in Stoke-on-Trent, of course, my hometown. So I haven't had to get up first thing in the morning, so I've no excuse. It's a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky, which is not actually that good, but it's quite wonderful. Now, the whole thing about coming to a garden where everything's been purposefully planted is you're going to capture scenes that are, well, in a sense manufactured, but wow, it's just somewhere that's beautiful to be. There is one other thing that this particular garden has got that a lot of others haven't. It's got fairies. The guy who created the fairies is Robin White, and you should definitely head over to his YouTube channel and see him creating these pieces of art. And they're scattered all over the gardens. They have really striking poses. I mean, they're just fantastic for photography and wonderful for kids as well at seek them out. In fact, they were wonderful for me to try and find them all. And I've taken some, I think, really cool pictures in the past during autumn and winter. I don't know how they're going to turn out today because of the harsh light and the lack of clouds, but you know what, I'm going to give it a go because I think it's time I return to these. Apologies for the sound, by the way. I lost my microphone. I'm just a superstar at losing stuff. The challenge at places like this is finding an interesting composition. You're always going to find something beautiful, lovely. So it's coming out and trying to find something that'll just stand out a little bit, I think. And I've got in my mind that whatever I do today should have colour and shape. There you go, that's my two watchwords. They're my buzzwords for today: colour and shape. Now, there's plenty of colour flowers. And you know, just as an aside, the fragrance here is amazing. It really is. It's like just walking through a bowl of potpourri. It's just really, really nice. God, it just fills me with joy. Anyway, composition, shape and colour. So there's little bits of old architecture. Well, I say old, you know, sort of 19th century stuff. And then of course they've got the flowers in front and behind that can maybe do things with. Just see behind me there, they've got a wonderful thing. So I'm going to try and incorporate some of that. There's some old buildings towards the back of the gardens as well, and I have taken what I think was one of my best pictures here, utilising. I mean, I really fancied it up. I did a lot of Photoshop work on it, but as it's fairies, I think this is where you can let your Photoshop skills go crazy. Why not? This thing's huge. Got to get my mum one of them. Okay, this is possibly my favourite sculpture in the whole park. I can't remember her name. I'll pop it up on the screen if I can remember. But this is pretty much the scene that I shot and then messed around with Photoshop. So I'm going to do the same today, and I'll put a picture up of her untouched and then with some magic added. See how it works out. Okay, a couple of things to note. The first time I shot this, I don't believe the fountain was working, so that could be interesting to incorporate that. And also, I had no idea what an ND filter was. That's how new I was to photography. Today, I'm armed with an ND filter, and I've got the fountain, so could be interesting. Let's see what comes up. Okay, the first thing I'm going for is a couple of 1 second and 2 second exposures. You can see I've got the ear fairy just there. The image should be balanced by the fountain at the side and the building at the back sort of dominating that side. Hopefully that gives it some kind of balance. the angles around the Fairy now. One thing to note again, that fountain looks great in real life. If I start applying long exposures and it's not in just the right location, it's just going to look like a white lump. Time for a coffee. So Trentham Gardens it's good for a number of reasons. One, it's really stretching me today, believe it or not, because there's a lot of people around, so that makes things awkward. So it's a game of patience and sort of striking at the right time to get the right shot. Some areas you can't reach easily because they're fenced off, you know, just not supposed to be there, which makes sense because they're trying to protect the plantation area. So you've really got to think it through where your shot's going to be, and I think that also applies to when I'm out in the peak. There's always going to be areas I can't reach. If you saw the video of me at Blackbrook, if I'd been able to go about 12 feet to the right of where I was standing, I would have got a much better line of sight on the composition I was after, but I couldn't, not without dying on the way down. So even little places like this where there's no hills for me to climb, which is nice, I approve, but they do offer challenges for your photography. And on a day like this where the sun is absolutely blistering, it's hard to say what I'm going to get or if I'm going to get a composition out of the day. The important thing is, of course, that I enjoy it. I enjoy going around and smelling these wonderful fragrances. There's wildlife here. There's a monkey forest just over yonder. I can go and see monkeys if I want. There's geese and swans. There's black swans here. I've taken some nice pictures of the swans back in the day being a year ago. So I highly recommend these, although they're in a sense an artificial patch of nature. They can really challenge your photography skills, help to improve your skills. I think there's a bit of pressure because of people being around, but I think that's good. I think you should you know, get a thick skin with regards to that, because even when you're out in the peak, you might have people traipsing around you, and most people are polite and curious, so don't let that put you off. Don't let, you know, folks strolling around enjoying their day put you off enjoying yours. Right, I'm gonna finish my coffee, which is very nice, by the way. I'm gonna finish my coffee and I'm gonna head around the lake. I'm gonna do a circuit of the lake because I know there's at least sort of 4 fairies around the lake. I think 2 of which are probably worth taking a look at for a composition, maybe. Might catch the black swans, but again, the reflection of the sun off the water is going to be violent, so I don't know if I can do anything with that. But most of all, I'm going to enjoy today. I'm going to enjoy my walk. Can you see it? Here's a nice one. Spider fairy. There's a few areas locked off at the moment, which weren't before. Dare say they're doing some work, but there you go. There's another fairy. There's birds having a good old kick-off just in front of me. It's been a great day today. I've really enjoyed it. Lovely morning, not the usual thing. I'm super relaxed. I'm really awake. This has been nice, and it's been challenging as well. If you like this kind of stuff, if you've enjoyed this one in particular and you don't mind seeing some things that are a bit more manufactured, if you will, let me know in the comments. And of course, like, subscribe, share. That would do me great. Bye for now.